I mean, does that? I don't think there's anyone in Punk's.
Seth Rollins, for example,
Seth
100%.
Rollins, he's not an AEW guy.
No, no, but
Oh,
he's got,
but
in
he's a
my opinion, he's got a mentality similar to Punk.
Oh, really? I disagree. I think
similar, not
he's a
the
lifer
same.
there. I mean, he's in Ring of Honor, right? He is another guy that signed a WWE deal whilst being Ring of Honor World Champion. Yeah, loads of people have done that. You can think of like, I think Adam Cole did it. Going back, James Gibson, who you'll know as Jamie Noble, JJ.
Mm.
Punk did it himself. He signed his OVW contract on the belt with Shane Hagadorn.
Yeah.
Um, that's when Danielson came out and said, "This, I'm going nowhere. This belt represents wrestling freedom." And that's when I was just getting into it as like a 18, 19 year old. This scrawny little pasty kid, he's actually pretty cool. Um, and I wonder if Danielson and Punk clashed with that because Danielson's always kind of talked about the right way of doing things and putting people over and almost always being too altruistic for his own good. Whereas Punk's a guy who he spoke very disparagingly, didn't he, about the booking of the Hangman feud and you guys have never drawn shit. I've come and drawn the first $1 million house, and these guys have done nothing. Even in the press conference, right? He kind of took a swipe at everything they'd done previously. Like, no one's ever drawn any money here. None of you are stars. That's why I'm here. And it was announced, he kind of said, didn't he, on the interview with Ariel, he had two contracts. One as a talent, another one as kind of a consultant. So I wonder if he thought he would be instilling, because it sounds like he expected Tony to take his ideas in terms of running the company and how things should be done. And you probably saw that in Collision, and then that done throughout the company. But oh, one, right? That was the period of Kenny
Punk
and
didn't want collision, though, did he? In his words, right? He
I
was
mean,
given, but he didn't want it.
I read somewhere at the time when he was at that when he went to that WWE show backstage, right, and was kicked out. I think you might have said, JJ, you said he just wants to, he's trying to get himself sacked now.
Yeah.
He's almost sabotaging his own career. And he kind of said, didn't he, like to Tony, fire me, I don't want to be here. No, Kite too valuable. Okay, we'll give you your own show. Like, okay, fine, I'll be a good soldier, I'll try and make it work. I'll get the House of Black and FTR and a few of the guys, and then that lasted what 3 months in the his role before blowing up. So
Ultimately, right, like none of us know every single thing that has happened, backstage to Punk, between Punk and Tony, all of these people, like we don't know. But at the end of the day, wrestling fans wanted for 10 years, was it, Punk to be back, and now he is back. He's on your TV screen. So regardless of kind of what you think of Tony, what you think of how things were in AEW, at the end of the day, if you like watching CM Punk on the mic in that ring at that commentary desk, then you get to see that if that's something that you want to see. So does any of this
Great
really
point.
matter in the long run?
Yeah, that's a
I think
great
if you're
point.
a fan of AEW, right, then you might see that there's problems, but I'm sure Tony's aware of these problems. I'm sure people within the company are aware of these problems, and it's something that they're going to worry about themselves internally. I don't think they need CM Punk to come out and say some shit to Ari Hawani, who is a WWE guy, and
hates
getting
AEW,
over
doesn't
for
it?
the WWE.
Ever since that interview with Tony
Yeah.
and Tony refused to answer everything, he basically
Yeah,
kicked him off and went, "Oh my God, he's a perfect example of these AEW freakazoids online." Like, oh, and then became. I mean, Ari at least paid by WWE as well. His
Yeah.
agent for 10 years was Nick Khan, and you know,
yeah.
slightly conflict of interest. But
I got a
do
question
you,
for you, because JJ's just inspired this question to me. But do you think if there's no AEW, does CM
Mm,
Punk come back to wrestling?
no.
I don't think so.
Mm.
I don't
I
think he does.
mean, I think maybe he would have now that Vince is gone, maybe buries a hatchet with with Hunter and has one match at WrestleMania, but I don't think you would see him kind of week in, week out like we would be now if he wasn't injured, right? I don't think that's likely.
Yeah, I think the lore of AEW, however TK sold the role to him, he was obviously very interested. He got back in shape, and and we saw some good feuds. The MJF feud, that was really good feud.
And the thing is as well, right? If you look back at what the likes of the Bucks and Omega were saying about Punk before he came in, you can go back years, like way before. They've always thought him as someone that they would have wanted to work with. So I don't think it's the story is kind of painted now that Bucks hated CM Punk, Kenny Omega hated CM Punk, they didn't want him there, all of this. I think it's something, whether there's like a personality clash or whatever it is, that's led to that fallout. It's not a case of they just didn't want him there, because they 100% did, and they knew that having him there would have been good for business. Whether that didn't transpire to be the way that it rolled out, but it's not something that's they just decided we're going to be a dickhead to CM Punk, and so